Hey everyone, we have been nominated for a Glam Award for the third year in a row.
Woo! Thank you everyone for
Yes.
giving our nominations. We thank you very much. But now it's the time to vote.
Woo.
Drag out the vote, divas. How can they do that, Caitlin?
So, first of all, the only people who are allowed to vote work in NYC nightlife. You have to get a code from Sherry Jubilee. The same people who nominated us are eligible to vote or like nominate whoever. Please, if you like our podcast, maybe send a vote our way. Like, we'd appreciate it.
We're wigging out. Vote for us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
best podcast.
Beebs. Bye.
Bye.
Wig, did you just say wig?
Wig, okay.
I know, wig. I feel that already.
Wig, okay.
Wig, did you just say wig?
Wig, okay.
I am ready for my wig to go flying.
Oh my God. Happy December, kids. Oh, we made
Yes.
it. We almost made it through a whole fucking year.
Barely. This podcast barely made it this
We
year.
really did.
Like, we really were on the
Um,
skin of our teeth this year.
Yeah, there was one month where Caitlin had issues, and then every other month I had issues.
And then we have a lot of guests who like say they will do it and then never do it.
And we get ghosted, but
Yeah,
it's
we get
fine.
ghosted.
It's fine. Well, I'm Martyr,
I'm C Tepper.
and this is it's very fitting right now because I just bought a new wig, which I don't do often.
I mean, honestly, if you want to share that story, feel free.
I should.
That's a very
Um,
podcast friendly story.
Yeah. So we're recording this right after my win from Bitch Fest. I won for the month of November. Thank you.
Woo!
But the night
the first
before, the two nights before, I got a new wig. It was an Amazon wig. It was a hard front, but had lace on it, so it was like a fake lace front. And I was trying to attempt to style it, and the YouTube tutorials were not working with me, and so I had to buy a new wig after that. But there was this whole adventure. It involved me running across town, literally running across town to pick up the last white wig at a beauty supply store. And then I ended up not styling it at all. So I still won, bitch. So
And she still won. You were
um,
so stressed, and I was like, "This is a sign you're gonna win,"
oh
because
my
all
God.
of these challenges are set before you.
I know.
And then you did.
Enough about me and my
Yep.
chaotic month. Who are we talking to? What are we doing? Who we got?
So this is someone who I've known for a very, very, very long time in my life, in the best way possible. You've seen them record and document very silently in the corner all these years. It's Captain
Mhm.
Wonder. Woo!
Welcome, welcome.
You have a voice.
AKA
Hello.
your neighbor.
Yes. Also my neighbor. We literally live in the buildings next to each other.
Oh,
We
I
have
forgot that.
we have the same view, but mine is much further down, and then yours is way higher up. But it's the
Yes.
same view. But you have the way nicer
We're
view.
recording this. We're like yelling out the window right now. This is
Yeah,
how
that's how we record. We're
Oh my
using the tin
yeah.
cans to talk to each other.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Just
We're here.
We're here.
at work and going to a drag show later. Surprise.
Of course. I was gonna
Uh,
ask.
Having a
Yeah,
good one.
What's on the menu for tonight? Who are you seeing?
I've been enjoying these Islaya and Jax over at Hardware Bar. They have
Okay.
a 8 p.m. show, which means it's a 9 p.m. show.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
like, you're not
yeah.
making this 8 p.m. show.
Yeah, it's good times. They're a very interesting match, very different, but very
Ah.
complimentary.
Ah.
That sounds interesting, actually.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
I like both of them. So
Mhm.
yeah. Getting into our usual run of the, start of the podcast. Where are you from originally?
I'm from sunny St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh my God, are you really?
I am, yes.
I was born like right outside Tarpon Springs, so like I know
What?
St. Pete. Yeah, I didn't know this.
Are you my brother?
Oh my God, gag. Okay, sorry. The St.
Oh,
Pete.
yeah. I'm well, damn. Okay, so we're Pinellas County folk.
hmm
Um, Yeah, I grew up on a dirt road in Florida, and it was very sunny all the time. We're famous for having 360 days of sunshine a year, which I fucking hated. So I moved to New York.
Smart.
And now you just get horrible weather all the
Yeah.
time.
It's dark.
How did you end up in the New York nightlife scene?
So I've been like kind of peripherally involved for a long, long time. I came here for college, and I was like going out a lot in the East Village, which was the Brooklyn of drag before they got priced out of the East Village and
That's
moved to
right.
Brooklyn. And seeing a lot of those legends from that time, like Candace Kane and the early days of Peppermint and Shaquita, and hanging out with your buddy a lot, Johnny McGovern, way too much, very unhealthily. And then, so always been involved in nightlife. And then fast forward to like a few 2016-ish, I was going out to a lot of shows around the city, and I was like looking around, and I was like loving what I was seeing, and I've always loved drag, but I would be like, wow, sometimes there's like nobody here. There's like people here, and they're like performing their heart out, and I was like, more people should see this, so I want to document this, and then for the future, and for my children and my children's children. But I also want to document in the moment and share it via social media, and give more attention to what's happening here, and have a record that we can kind of look back on, in the year 3000 of what was going on in this day and age. So that kind of birthed Captain Wonder, and yeah.
You're good. Where did the name Captain Wonder come from?
So when I was a kid, I was had a very active imagination, and I created lots of superhero characters, and one of them was named Captain Wonder, and he had 4 arms, and they could detach and fly around. It was great in my head. And so when I was creating an Instagram name, which was like, I don't even know, like 2012 or something.
Yeah.
This is why I don't have a bunch of numbers after it or something, but I've had Captain Wonder came to mind, and it's sort of taken on a life of its own. So now there's lots of people that only know me as that name, and they have no idea what it is.
I even forget your real name sometimes, and like we hang out a lot, and like sometimes I'll just forget. Like
Oh my
I
God.
have to think about it. For me, however, someone introduces themselves the first time, like that's the only way I remember. And then like the people, like especially drag queens, when they change their name, it takes me so long to remember what the new name is, because like it's just gone. Like my memory is not that good.
Yeah, I always laugh when queens would be like, wait, what's your boy name?
Boy
You're
name.
out of drag name.
I mean, we used to call it a muggle name, so it was muggle name, boy name, or out of drag name. So pick your poison.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, yeah, you all get like to have secret identities. I want one too. So
Yes. And it goes along with the superhero for
Yeah.
I love it.
With the 4 arms, I'm thinking like each arm has a camera
Oh
on
yeah.
it.
Get some
Like
angles.
yeah, different angles flying around. We need someone to animate this.
Not mad. I'm not actually Captain Wonder.
So what are your favorite places in New York to see shows and document drag?
Well, my favorite places.
Yeah, like where do you go?
You know what? Out of like local necessity, I spend a lot of time on the west side of Manhattan. So the West Village, Chelsea, Hell's Kitchen, and then within those, I would say that Industry is my favorite place to go because they have the biggest stage and the best lighting and the best seating arrangement. So like it's easy to capture good stuff there. But I'm loving some $3 bill as well though, whenever I can get my ass out there. It's
I saw you the other time, last time I was there, I think,
yeah.
just randomly. I was just like, I don't know, you came out here.
I know I would go out there. I mean, it's a lot of it comes down to like, where can I get to in a short period of time after.
Yeah.
That makes sense, especially the village.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you're always at pieces.
I go there on Saturday nights because it's the latest show in the city, and I'm lazy, so I'll I'll be like, oh, it's 1 a.m. Great, I'll make that show.
Oh, beautiful.
Is it still as crowded as it used to be? Because like I kind of avoid it because it's so crowded for at least the Saturday shows.
Lately, no.
Okay.
I mean, it has ups and downs and ebbs and
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll hit it up more.
Oh no.
Who has inspired you when it comes to documenting queer nightlife?
A lot of answers to this question. I'll give you both of them.
Okay.
So, on the documenting angle, so my background is in psychology. I have a PhD in social psychology, so, and I come from like an anthropological mindset of like wanting to document this culture that's happening, and really try and understand it and try and save it for the future. So there's a lot of like academic folks who do stuff in different disciplines that inspire me, and that I kind of translated to drag. In drag itself, there's people like, I guess one of the most important ones is a guy named Joe Jeffries. You should look up if you don't know who he is. But he was like the me of like the 90s and 2000s. He would literally carry this giant camcorder to bars and clubs and capture drag performances. And now he's like an authority on drag around the world. He's constantly quoted. He teaches a class on drag at NYU and the New School. And I actually, it's
I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, it's been going for the last several years, and he actually invited me to speak to the class once, which was really cool. Came the same day as Peppermint, which is awesome.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, so he has thousands of videos that he's taken himself, and he also collects videos. He had access to like original cuts of The Queen from 1969, like outtakes and things like that. Yeah, and he got a grant to like to put them together into a new work. So I'm definitely like inspired by what he's done and what he's been able to accomplish, as far as creating this irreplaceable record of this queer art form that would otherwise be lost, or just in pictures. And so that's from the documenting end. And then on the like Queen end, I mean, the ones that really inspired me were Monet Exchange and Keisha Carr, because I would be going to their shows, and like I said, sometimes it was empty, but they're so incredibly talented. And I was like, I really want to do what I can to document this and to support them and to share what they're doing with the world. They really inspire me to really go forward with the Instagram, which later became TikTok.
So you're shifting more towards TikTok nowadays? Or do you think Instagram's dead for drag content?
No, it's definitely not. And I don't, not just because I work there now, but like
oh shit.
Well,
I forgot. I'm sorry.
No.
Should we keep that in?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
No, I mean, for sure, my engagement over the last couple of years has like gone down quite a bit on IG, like everyone's. But I've always been doing video. I've been doing video since 2016. Instagram has just moved towards video in the last year with Reels and things like that. So I feel like I was well equipped to translate into that. And the last few weeks have been like, some of the videos I posted have been into the hundreds of thousands of views.
From Reels?
Oh yeah, and not Drag Race. I'm always happy when it's not a Drag Race girl.
Yeah. So
JC Lou, Mr. Miss Adrian, Amanda Punchfoot. These videos that I've done recently have been like enormous on Instagram. And so I'm like, okay, good. She's back.
They
But yeah,
probably changed the algorithm.
I think they've been. I know they have because I have access to like some of their.
You're
some of
like, how can I make my video the first one people see?
Oh, no, no, but like they
Wait,
have.
are you verified? Like, they better verify you if you work there.
No, I don't think it works like that. But
Why not?
You have to send like a bunch of new. I'm gonna send this podcast in and be like, here's
Yeah,
proof
no, you should.
Yeah,
that I'm
notable
not-
figure.
notable figure, yes.
Like, you have almost 18,000 followers right now. Like, they need to verify you like
That's cool.
yesterday. You're like a news outlet or something. You know what I mean?
20,000 on TikTok, yeah. Who's counting? But yeah, TikTok, TikTok is a video-based platform, it was more of a suitable fit for what I was doing. And I've really enjoyed that platform a lot. But I use both.
What have been your favorite TikToks to follow?
To follow?
Yeah.
And
it doesn't have to be drag related.
I mean, it keeps coming back to drag. Yeah. I mean, I've been kind of like on a traveling bug this last year, so I've been loving Play Nashville I'm going there on Friday actually. But Play Nashville has like a very active TikTok, and they take really funny videos of drag race girls behind the scenes doing stupid shit. So that's fun.
You know who's one I like? Crystal Methods.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it's so funny. Like, her videos are hilarious. Like, there's some random girls who are just really good at TikTok, like from Drag Race, and you just never know which one is gonna be. Yeah, like, you don't know. Like, who is good at this platform? You don't know.
Randomly, Milan is really, doesn't even do drag anymore, but like it's under Dwayne, but Milan is really funny with the TikToks. But
I didn't know they were on there.
Yeah.
I missed them. They were hilarious.
I see them around sometimes, occasionally.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the first things that they were famous for was the Miss Cleo video. I don't know if you remember that, but the Miss Cleo video.
I don't think I remember that.
They did a parody of Miss Cleo, but.
And we're talking about Milan from Drag Race season 5? 4? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I saw them on Broadway. It was awesome.
Famously in an episode of Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, right! That's the whole Reddit thing.
Yeah. It's like every other month someone posts that. I just saw Milan and Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
that
okay.
was always on Reddit. So dumb.
They're actually one of my favorite people from the show.
Yeah, so sweet. Such a nice person. All right.
Yeah. Well, talking about that, I think we should take a break and we'll get into some more nightlife shenanigans. We'll be right back, kids.
Wig, okay.
I know, wig. I feel that already.
Wig, okay.
Wig, did you just say wig?
Wig, okay.
I am ready for my wig to go flying.
Oh my God. What a conversation we just had. We talked
We can include a little bit of it.
We talked all the fucking shit. Nightlife is over. Captain Wonder canceled everybody.
It's so little words.
Has the receipts.
All the screenshots.
All the
Yeah,
screenshots.
I have so much blackmail material in my video library.
Oh, forget it. I would be scared to cross you if I was a drag queen.
Who would try to cross you? You're like a sweetheart.
Nobody. But I have videos
yeah.
I will never post because I know that it would get the person in a lot of trouble.
Oh.
But
yeah.
will you show up people, in person? That's the question.
Too bad you're not video recorded.
Okay. Well, talking about photography and videoing, you are Glam nominated this year.
Yay! Is this the 4th time in a row?
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been before for best nightlife photographer. Congrats.
Yay.
Thank you.
Why should we vote for you?
That's shady, bitch. You'll have my vote, but
Why? Why should the people vote for you? We gotta make our case every episode.
that's true.
Well, you're absolutely my vote.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Always have me on. So
what's interesting about your Glam Award is that it's best photography, but you're like the only videographer every year.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think that makes you unique. I think that makes you stand out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say if there's a reason to, I mean, they're all great and they all do important work in our community as far as whether it's like event photography or whether it's like portrait photography. But you know, for me, you know, I kind of created my own lane, you know, like no one has done what I was doing before or since, as far as like documenting with video and combining it with social media. Those two things together, and then have the kind of the reach that I've had has been pretty like insane, and I'm so grateful for it. So no, I don't really fit in with the rest of those folks in there as far as what we do. So it's kind of hard to compare, and that's also why I don't feel like competitive with them, you know, because
Yeah.
we do different things. But you know, as far as if you want to appreciate a totally different take and a take that's been that's been well received, then vote for your boy.
We endorse this message.
If we endorse this message, thumbs up. I think you're the only, yeah, I think you're the only photographer we've had
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Because we've had every other podcast on.
Oh, you have
Not
really?
true. Not even true. Not even true.
We had Michael, we've had Ari, and
Do you ask
we have,
the same question? You're like, why should they vote for you?
yeah,
Well,
we have,
usually when we have people on, we've all collectively lost already.
yeah.
So this is one of the few times where like the nominations have been out and the voting period has started and not ended. So
Yeah.
this is the first time I've ever been able to ask that question.
How do you feel about being nominated? It's
I mean, like really what I do is all about my community, our community, about supporting it in the moment. And like, especially like, this is why I like to go to at least one competition every week with these baby queens and help them get their name out there. Whether it's Star Search or Drag Wars or Polish the Queen, which I'm judging next week. I should remember that. But I love it. You know, whether it's supporting them in the moment or it's supporting the future generations understanding of drag in the year 2022. It's all been about the community. It's about been supporting the community. I don't make a dime off of what I do. In fact, I spend thousands of dollars on it. It's about wanting to support my people, our people. And so being like recognized by our people is like really wonderful and nice. And I feel humbled for it. And it's an honor to be nominated, which sounds so silly, but it really is. If I won, oh God, I'd have to figure out what to say on the stage. Who knows? So I'm happy to be nominated.
Yeah.
It's Captain Wonderful. So
that's what the guy at Stonewall calls me.
the
The bartender there. I go in and every single person that comes near me, he's like, "This is Captain Wonderful. He knows everything about drag."
I was gonna say, like, I'm looking at the nominees. They're all lovely. I've worked with several of them, but I think you're like the only one that like does photography for like free and for the community, and like we are very grateful for you for that. Because I mean, God knows you recorded me when I first started, and bless your heart. I looked like a booger, and you now have evidence of that. But no,
but what has changed?
I have a title now, bitch.
Literally, you're the mixer.
The other reason I go to these competitions is I'm like where I saw you at, which is you know, Polish Queen, places like that, is because I'm really inspired by people that when y'all went out there knowing full well you looked a mess or knowing your vision in your head didn't match what was outside, but you still put it out there and you still like you know, performed your heart out and you're still working towards that goal. That's so inspirational to me. So like we can laugh about it, but I'm inspired by what you were doing then and what all these kids are doing when they go out to these competitions.
Speaking of, who have been the most exciting up and coming queens recently? Because you go to every competition, I feel like. So who's like
Who's
been
on our
really-
radar?
Yeah, who should we know about?
Well, I'm enjoying a lot of these post-COVID queens, and seeing them like get their sea legs, outside of their bedrooms. So, I'm enjoying like Dev Doe and what she's putting out there.
Entertainer of the year. Dev Doe.
And Breakthrough at the same time.
Yeah.
That's rarely happens.
She deserves it.
And she's also like, I like the ones that are talented but also very friendly, and she's both of those things. Essence is another one who's out there really performing the fuck out of the stages that she's on and giving her 100%. Adrenaline is this Barracuda girl who's kind of come out the gate and is doing lots of cool things. So she got adopted by Keisha, who's like one of my #1 people in the world. And so I really appreciate what she's doing as well. Lots of comedy and looks and do-it-yourself spirit. So I love that about these up-and-comers.
So you're frequently a judge at like Polish the Queen and Lady Liberty.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. What
Oh, they
does
stop it? Sorry.
I mean, they've
it's on pause, I guess.
of the
Oh.
queue.
Okay. I thought they were doing it at a different venue.
It'll probably come back eventually.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna come back.
It's always has been a sporadic competition. That's
Yeah, no, yeah, seriously, very sporadic.
I feel like I hear about it and like they already announced a winner and I like just heard about it like
Yeah,
3
no,
months later.
always, every time.
Yeah. Anyways, continue with your question. Sorry.
What do you look for when you're judging?
Well, to finish that, Lady Liberty is like the performances are always incredible though. So it's worth waiting for.
Oh yeah.
What am I looking for?
Yeah.
So I'm judging whenever this airs, I'm judging soon.
For Polish? Yeah.
And I've done that like 15 times or something like that.
That's
Oh my God.
insane.
Including like 5 of the finales.
Yeah.
Which I'm really grateful for. I'm looking for originality, a fresh and unique perspective, and effort and energy, and just to feel something, whatever that might be.
Are you a nice judge or a mean judge?
Are you a Simon or are you a Paula?
Yeah.
I'm the Paul Abdul. On Polished, I have to like give critiques, which was so hard for like an introvert person.
Yeah.
But I figured out how to do it, and I usually do the sandwich method. So it's something.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
The truth.
You're terrible quick drag, and then
You were really brave. I think you should quit.
So brave to come
But
out.
I love that you're here. I'm making t-shirts.
You should. I'd wear it.
You don't have to name names, but is there a worse competition that you don't like going to?
We're
I'm just
really coming.
curious.
We're
I know.
coming in with the fire question. Like we're usually not this harsh on like our guests.
No, there's not. There's not. There's
You can just say no. That's okay.
yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
They all have secrets.
Yeah, they all most of them that I used to do were always supportive of up and comers, so that's what we need. Yeah. So
Who has surprised you the most that you've watched in competitions, like as their career grows? Because there's so many girls who we've watched together in these competitions who end up on Drag Race or end up in Dragula, stuff like that. Like that you don't, when you see them at the beginning, you don't necessarily think that's what their path is going to be.
I guess I didn't know what to think of I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna say Izzy and Cut. You know, like I've known her since literally her first performance at Drag Wars.
I was there.
And I have it on video. And at first I was like, I was Team Zeta Jones, who was the person who
The
was
competition, who kept winning.
Yes. So I was like, who is this person? Like, you know, oh, they have lots of flips and things like that. But then very quickly, actually, she showed me that she's extremely funny, like hilarious. And so I wasn't expecting that. And then especially over the years, I've seen her really lean into her humor, and she's an acclaimed joke writer for a lot of these roasts and things like this that people have. They go to her for,
I didn't know that.
Including, you know, some things that have made it to TV. And if you go to any of her shows, she's hilarious on the microphone. I could just listen to her the entire time. And she's very dear to my heart now. But I originally pigeonholed her as just like a stunt queen. And so seeing her grow into like the humor side of it and not just backflips only has been really amazing to watch.
Izzy and Cut for season 15. Or what are we up to? 16? I don't know.
Dragula, yes.
Dragon.
Can't Believe Kiki's right there. I don't know why you guys keep shitting on them.
Can't Want a Kiki.
Oh yeah, Can't Want a Kiki. We always gotta make one joke because we can't make it this episode. You don't do drag. So you've been going around the country and documenting drag. What's it been like in all these different drag scenes that you've been hitting up?
Yes, I've been bringing it national, man.
You're living my dream, by the way.
It's always my dream to like go to drag
Mm-hmm.
around the country. And yeah, I mean, this year I've been to Chicago 3 times, Atlanta twice, Tampa 3 times, Miami, Las Vegas, Austin, Los Angeles. I've been around. What's it been like? It's been incredible because each place has their own different cultures and things like that. And each place was different in their own ways. And everywhere I've been, I met somebody that you know, that knew me from social media. So that was cool too. And so, yeah, it's been a dream. It's been an absolute dream come true, like just documenting on a national scale, and hopefully next year is international. We'll see.
Ooh. What's been one of your favorite like new scenes that you've been to?
I really enjoyed Las Vegas. Crazy stuntery happening out there. I found out because they make them, they're like, you can't do a ballad, you have to do backflips. I'm like, okay. So they're all doing insane stuff. And I learned a lot about the scene there and how it's seemingly very tourist heavy. So they have a hard time tracking locals. It made me feel kind of bad in a way. But incredible, amazing girls. And then I love some good old Southern drag, some pageant stuff. We do not see that up in New York.
Nope. But did you go to any pageants?
I went to the last big one I went to was Miss Gay Tennessee US of A. That was amazing in Memphis.
So specific.
It was amazing. You have giant hair.
Yeah.
Rhinestones and gowns to the floor, and very Southern.
That sounds amazing. You gotta hit me up one time when you go.
I wish I saw you in Miami, but yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about Miami the next section. So we're gonna end this section on Captain Daddy. So you have recently become a father to 2 very cute little twins. What's that been like?
Yes, you can call me Daddy for real now.
I was call you that anyway.
God.
Yeah, no, it's been beautiful. It's been life-changing, and you know, it was many years coming. It took lots of tries and things to get to this point. and we um we finally struck gold. Last it was like March that we found out, and then they were born in October of last year, and they just had their birthday.
Oh my God.
Which is great. It was a Where the Wild Things Are theme.
Oh my God.
So the moms, so they have two moms, they made like crowns for them with like hot glued fur. I was like, oh, I know what that is, hot glue guy. And little tails. Like it was gorgeous. Yeah. But yeah, I anytime I get to see them is a special moment in time.
Has life changed becoming a dad?
It's changed in that I mean, it's given me like 4 feet into the future, you know what I mean? So I you know, when you're single and like you're in this big city, it can be lonely, and you're like you know, like a lot of my I realize I've been living in the past with a lot of my family and stuff passing away and stuff like that. And so it's changed me in the fact that now I definitely see this beautiful future for family that I didn't have before. And it's given me a lot of hope and a lot of comfort, knowing that I'm going to get to watch them grow older and be there for them, and it's just generally made me happier and more at ease with life and in the world.
Oh, so sentimental and beautiful.
You can't see that I'm bawling my eyes.
We're crying.
I know. Oh my God. Well, I guess we'll end this section on a good, happy note before we get messy.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little messy.
We'll be right back, kids.
Bye.
Bye.
Wig, okay.
I know. Wig. I feel that already.
Wig, okay.
Wig. Did you just say wig?
Wig, okay.
I am ready for my wig to go flying.
Ooh, time for mess. Let's do it, kids.
She wins bitch fest one time.
I know, and I say let's do drama. Drama, mama.
We're not starting off very dramatic though.
Well, okay, I don't know
my
how to
first
phrase
question.
this. Yeah,
I'll do it.
Okay.
Well, so I wanted to talk. So we're both in South Florida area. You went to Miami to see Monet, and I just happened to be down there because I was visiting my grandma. And so we go to Monet's show, which I haven't seen Monet in so long. She's also one of my really, really good Judies from way back. That's why she'll constantly win our Glam Award every year. But I won't complain about it. I told her, I was like, stop winning our Glam Award. And Monet, dead ass was like, what are you even talking about? Like, she has no idea that she constantly wins our Glam Awards because she is off to bigger, better things and does not care. It means nothing to her. But so we were in Miami. We're at Monet's show, living our best lives, getting drunk off of very cheap alcoholic drinks. And I don't know Monet was doing like a Q&A section.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know what she was talking about exactly, but like she was talking about like, I guess being on social media. And then out of nowhere, a couple tables away, so it's like, Captain Wonder's the best, Captain Wonder. And like, this person had no idea that New York City based Captain Wonder was in the audience. Like there was no correlation why they would start screaming Captain Wonder. And I was like shook. And then Monet was like, Captain Wonder's right over there. What are you talking about? And this is like literally like during the middle of the show, like there was like at least like 100 to 150 people there just in the middle of the show. So you have fans around the world. What is that experience like?
Yeah, she was talking about, somebody asked her what it was like doing the first spoken word lip sync on
Oh,
Drag.
that's what it was about. Okay.
And so she's like, oh yeah, I did, we do spoken word in New York City. And then the guy, I guess he had seen my video of her doing that and lost, he was very drunk, lost
Very
his
drunk.
mind. And she had to be like, okay, because she was having to be like, okay, it's still my show once he recognized me.
Yeah, she's like, wait, this is my show.
That was in my mind. I was like, oh my
I
god.
was like screaming internally, and I was pissed I didn't record it.
And then afterwards, he came up to us and he was so sweet, and he told me what I've heard before, which was just like, thank you for sharing these moments with the world, with people who aren't able to come see them. And yeah, like that was one thing I wanted, is like one of my visions was just to like bring New York City to the world, drag to the world, but also just bring our community closer together through drag, and to help people, especially like who can't access this stuff, feel like they're there. And it's been amazing. Yeah, every city I've been to this year, I've met someone like that, whether it's queens or like fans. And I get messages from like people in like oppressed countries who have to hide themselves, or people in like small towns who just can't get to a gay bar, or people in high school who are like bullied and they like for being gay, and they or trans or whatever, and they find escape through my social media. And so that means a lot. Like it's so sweet. That was like an insane, like embarrassing moment, but like I do really appreciate that anytime that happens, because that's what I was trying to do in the first place.
I feel like you make like a really big difference. I feel like your videos help people not feel alone, which that's the goal at the end of the day, I hope, for most people.
I mean, it makes me not feel alone, you know what I mean? So like I'm glad that I'm happy to hear that.
You're making a difference.
Aww.
And this is why you should win the Glam Award.
I agree. I mean, we're not gonna win, so someone in our circle should win.
Well, so last year we did the losers table, so we're gonna aim to do that again with my Wig podcast.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna nominate each other just so we can lose again. I was like, absolutely, I will 100% nominate you.
Why not? We should make counterfeit Glam Awards and just.
We should. I mean, I miss the Slammies. That used to be a big thing.
It sounds so methy.
Losers awards.
I was nominated for Slammy, so I'm aware of them.
Nominated for?
Worst dress.
Oh.
Who won? Who won that?
No.
I think it was like Zalika or something. I don't know.
Okay,
I didn't win it.
Are I good? I don't know.
I could, maybe. I don't know.
Is it good to not win?
Maybe. I don't know.
People want to win the Slammies. Like, people really go all out. I remember Bob used to like obsess over them.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to make fun of each other.
That's true.
Glams are all about like, supporting everybody, but it's fun to make fun of yourself. Anyways, moving on to our next question. What have you learned, or what was the most significant thing that you've like learned over your years of like documenting nightlife?
That I've learned?
Yeah.
What experience have you gained?
Like, do you use new techniques now than when you first started? Do you know where to like stand?
Do you know when to start recording?
Yeah, I don't know when to do that.
Absolutely. At this point, like I've learned like the right angles and the right lighting, and I've also I've learned what's going to do well on social media and what's not. So I have hundreds of thousands of videos, but not all of them are going to perform well on social media, which is fine.
What makes a viral moment on social media?
Well,
you would know. I mean, I know as well because I've had to do this myself.
I mean, it needs to grab you within the first few seconds because people are scrolling, and it needs to have a really punchy like thing at the beginning. Part of that's to how I edit it. So I'll often edit off the beginning stuff and get to it. It's got to really fit into 60 seconds, and not all numbers do that, and that's fine. They don't have to. But for social media, if they want to pop, then they need to. And yeah, be tied to some topic of conversation that's happening. Like one of my biggest ones was Vinchelle doing like a parody of the Black Little Mermaid when that stuff first came out, when they had just cast Halle Bailey. So if it's tied to like a topic of conversation like that, it's probably going to do well. And also like it needs to be, I see so much bad videography and I want to like shake people. Like
Me too.
it needs to be like tight on the person.
That's right.
Well, so many are way back and you see like
the entire bar,
all this stuff. And it's not going to do well. If you're filming horizontally, which I often do, you still need to zoom it for the actual post because it just doesn't do well landscape. So, and they need to know their words, they need to have grip, they need to have good lighting. Some of it's out of the control, some of it's in their control, but
and it's audio too, though. I think audio is really important.
Absolutely.
If the audio is off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you still get flagged? Because so we've both had similar backgrounds, and we would constantly get flagged because performers are using music that they don't have the copyright to. So all our videos, both of ours, it would constantly get taken down. Is that still happening for you?
Yes. I mean, so again, I've learned techniques around this stuff. So on TikTok, if you add music, but you turn the volume down of the music, then it doesn't pick up the copyrighted music in the video.
That's smart.
Yeah. And then I just know at this point that certain songs are going to get flagged, so I don't even bother to post them.
Yeah.
I always appeal. So you can appeal under fair use doctrine. And I have like a set script that I put in there. It's fair use, educational purposes only. It's a drag performance. It's a transformative interpretation of the work, which is what would fall under fair use law if it's a reimagining of the song.
Yeah.
You can get around it using the fair use exception. So yes, but like I've learned some tips and tricks to kind of get through that.
That's amazing. Good for you, because like it is such a struggle bus.
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass. There's this one video I posted of this queen Amanda Punchfuck playing a flute with her pussy, which is enormous. It's hilarious. It's huge on my TikTok and Instagram right now. Both places it got flagged for sexual activity, sexual content, and I always appeal. I appealed it. It was reversed in like a very short period of time because anyone that sees it knows it's like a parody. It's not her actually masturbating with a flute. It's playing. It's a joke.
Are you scared? Like, so lately, like all the the LGBT community has been like under attack by like Republicans. Are you scared about like bots and stuff, like either harassing the videos or trying to take the videos down?
Yes.
Deal with that?
These mother effers, yes, I do.
Yeah.
So the double-sided thing of going viral is like you pull out the trolls and people that have lots of terrible, mean things to say. And I'm often tagging these local performers. I don't want them to be subjected to that kind of abuse. Drag Race goes either, but especially like the local girls, I don't want them to have to see that. So I have to really be on top of it and like blocking people and reporting that unfortunately doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I become a block machine.
I've been there, done that. I know all about it.
I want to say I love the hate comments. They give me life. It's from straight people, absolutely.
They're usually, they're secretly closeted. Some of these.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's the hate comments from them, then there's the hate comments from other gays.
Which is usually worse because I used to have to deal with that. And like they're so much meaner.
They're hateful.
They're like so mean.
I often leave it up for a little bit though, because
It'll start like
other people will come for them,
Yeah.
and then it drives up my engagement. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, if the video is failing in general, then I will delete it because I don't want the person to see that. But if it's popping, then I want there to be a dialogue so that it blows up further.
It's hard to figure out what you should monitor and like what should just get deleted because when I've had to run other accounts, I just delete. I'm not dealing with it. So
is it my turn?
Your turn.
It's my question.
Yep.
Oh. Mix Captain Wonder.
That's me.
Mr. Wonder, if you're nasty.
Daddy Wonder. Daddy Wonderful.
Can you tell us a scandalous, a salacious, tantalizing tale from nightlife? Something crazy that you've heard about, experienced, saw with your own eyes. What do you got for us?
Lord, like bad numbers or just bad situations?
All of it. Well, we'll do the numbers question second.
Yeah.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's so many, but like hard to say. Like I will say, unfortunately, I was pulled into Sherry Pie's web at one point, where we were. I used to see her every Wednesday at Ritz. I would see her out. We were friends. I supported her. I was so excited for her to be on Drag Race. And like, as we remember, like the week before her episode, but after the first one, the whole scandal broke and like it was the talk of the town, and then everyone was like comparing notes, and I'm like, at first I was like, oh, this is crazy, like, you know, like I love Sherry, like I can't believe it, and then I just started hearing more, and I was like, it was talking about Allison Mossey and how she would tell people that she was a casting director and she would want people to do these things with suits and things like that. And I was like, wait a minute. And so I went back and looked in my DMs from her from like 2 years ago. And I was like, she's like, why are you ever interested in acting? And she's like, I have a friend who you know, there's this role and you might have to wear like a muscle suit and this and that, so I'll put you in contact with her. Her name is Allison. And I'm not an actor, but I did think about it. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. That sounds kind of cool. Thanks, Sherry. But ultimately I didn't pursue it. Thank freaking God.
Oh my God.
Because
Jesus Christ.
Later, I realized, is this salacious and afraid?
Oh, this is definitely this
works.
This works for us.
2 years later, I realized, oh my God, she tried to Allison Mossey me.
Well, I'm glad it didn't happen to you. But holy shit.
I know, and I feel so bad for all the people that actually went through with it. But like, I was this close because I was thinking about it. I asked my boyfriend at the time. I was like, oh, she was telling me about this thing. Look, and like, this sounds cool. But I did not, thankfully.
I'm gooped.
You gotta think how many people she probably messaged though.
Like 40 or something. It was a lot, right? Like,
but I'm sure there's a lot of people she messaged who just either like didn't respond. So you just gotta wonder how like big that web was.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think we've ever talked about this on air, but I will. It's crazy to me how open the whole thing was. Like, a lot of people knew about it, and it took that first person to come out about it to start talking about it, which is crazy to me. But like, it was an open secret in nightlife, which is crazy. I'm glad we're past it. But Jesus Christ,
my concern is like, you know, she's still active on Instagram. Like,
I know,
still has a platform.
I honestly did not know about but I know a lot of people did, and it was like, what's it gonna take for somebody to say something, but nobody did.
Yeah.
I found out a couple months before it broke out, and like it was just the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I see.
Like, and then it just blew up.
Yeah. We got roped into it too. Well, that was fun. Um,
We made Reddit because we talked about it.
Yeah, we were brief Reddit.
Like we talked about it like
Oh.
before people knew, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
So we
so-
made it to Reddit.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, moving from this dark subject, how about we go into something a little more lighthearted with Caitlin's question?
So I don't usually get, so it's rare we have people who aren't like drag performers on the show, like on our show. So I have plenty of answers for this question, but I want to hear your answer of what is the worst number you've ever witnessed?
And say names. Say names.
You don't have to say names. Also, you probably would if they're like still terrible. They probably don't do drag anymore anyway.
True.
Well, okay.
Oh my god.
No, you know what? There are probably lots of baby queens, but like I know they're baby queens, so like I don't
You give them slack.
being sloppy because they'll get there. So I'll say another one that she did look queen back in the day, this one queen, which was this competition at the Monster Bar until it wasn't there anymore.
R.I.P. I miss Look Queen really
It
bad.
was amazing. It was a legendary party with lots of legendary people that came through there. But there was this one queen, and this still really annoys me, but a white queen who did My Neck, My Back by Kia. And she did not censor the N-word when she got to that point, and that word is repeated several times in that song, and she was lip sync along to it like it's nothing. And I remember there were a panel of judges, and actually Jasmine Kennedy was the one who was the judge who had to give feedback to her.
Oh, this must have been recent, like one of the last seasons.
This was like Jasmine's been around for a while.
Yeah, girl.
So this was like late 2017, even maybe, or
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
So she was like 19, yeah. But
yeah, no, literally.
but poor Jasmine had to be the one to like, give the critique to this queen. And she did it diplomatically. She's like, I don't think we should be using that word, you know what I mean? Like, and the queen, I will never forget the queen's response. She was just like, I think drag should make people feel uncomfortable and push boundaries. And Jasmine was like, just looking at her, like staring at her, like, are you fucking crazy? Like, that's not what's
Good Lord.
So yeah,
Damn.
I mean, I would have to say this queen who thought that it was a good idea to not only use a racial slur multiple times in her number when she's not of that race, and then to have the audacity to like defend it like it was like, just what's wrong with it? Like, that was one of the worst numbers I've seen.
I bet they're a Republican.
That hurts.
Martyr, like, oh my god, are you serious? Yeah.
Like, it's just so easy not to do.
Right.
So,
were they trying to be like edgy and like cutting edge, or were they just like ambivalent, like they just didn't realize? I mean, clearly they seem to have realized.
I think they just thought that they were just doing their thing and just pushing boundaries and being a drag queen, and that's what drag queen's all about.
Do better.
Yeah, come on, white queen.
Especially in
fucking messy.
In a place like the Monster,
Yeah.
In front of judge, like, come on, like, it's just
damn.
It's
big yikes. Big yikes.
Yeah. We talked about so much stuff.
I know, this is a good juicy episode.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know.
Oh god, you're
great.
They're
gonna be like, oh, Captain Wonder. Oh, that's nice. And they don't know that
I'm not a drag queen, so I have to
spilled.
overcompensate with drama, I guess. But
yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know if you've been on Reddit or Twitter lately, but right now drag is having a renaissance of drama online.
Yeah. I've been having to tell Chiffon what's going on because she can't keep up. She's like, what's happening?
It's a lot. There's a reckoning coming. So it started here, kids. No, it didn't.
No, we don't want to be on Reddit for that anymore.
No more.
No more.
Okay. Our final question.
Uh,
Caitlin.
where do you want to take your photography, your social media, all of that in the future?
Well, I'm glad you asked. In the short term, I mean, I'd love to continue to increase engagement there. I want to get even more and more local queens on there. I really just post the Drag Race girls to get attention for the local girls. That's always been about for me. So like the greater my followers increase, the more that I can get shine for the local girls. I want to go national more often. I want to document drag across the country and the world. And then in the long term, I'd love to donate my archives to a library, like a university library at some point. You know what I mean? So to help further the work of archiving this culture and this moment in history, just like Joe has, and like people after me. You know what I mean? Like I want to be part of this lineage of this historical record of what the heck's happening in drag.
That's so noble.
Full support. Yeah, full support. I agree. Especially, I don't know. I got really interested in drag too because like it's such a piece of ephemera where like it's gone in a flash kind of thing. So it's really important to like document our process, our performances and stuff. And I'm glad someone's doing the work. God, you're doing a lot of work.
A lot of work.
And
a lot of Drag Race girls owe their careers to you for doing that work for them.
Yeah,
I do hear a lot of people, the first time they heard about a Drag Race girl was through my account, and I still don't get to all the places I wanted to get to. Like I never do as much as I want to do, but I'm trying.
But you're one person.
Yeah, you're one person
with twins at home.
Yeah, but like the clubs and the bars and that drag, that's where the culture is getting moved forward. I do not like going to the big boss events and those big shows because they're good, but they're just not. They lack the interactive element of drag. They are a little bit more like sanitized a bit. Like
very sanitized.
I want to be in the bars and in the clubs, and so even when I travel, that's where I'm going. So yeah, and if nobody is recording it, it disappears forever.
Yeah,
that's right.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Well, I just want to say I hope you know how appreciated you are in the community. We love you dearly.
Thank you, bro.
Of course. Thank you for coming on our show. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You're our last guest of 2022.
Yeah. God,
congratulations.
This is your Glammy. This is your Glam
moment.
I endorse Wigging Out for podcasts.
We endorse Captain Wonderful.
I lied. This is our last question. Where can the kids find you on Instagram and everywhere else? Because even though they probably are already, but where can we find you on the line?
Captain Wonder on Instagram, and because Captain Wonder is taken on TikTok, it's Captain Wonder NYC on TikTok.
That makes sense.
We love.
I'm surprised you're not on Twitter.
I am on Twitter, but this was right. I just started like a couple of months ago, and this is before all the Elon Musk stuff. So I'm like,
that's true. Twitter's about to end. It's about to end.
Yeah.
So far, not impressed with Twitter.
It's fine. It's great for porn, but.
Oh, true.
And on that note.
I was Martyr.
I was Sea Pepper.
And this was. Tune in next time for our end of year wrap up, kids.
Yay! What a
glad
year it's
it's
been.
over.
Me too. Bye. I'm C Tepper. You can follow me on Instagram at CTEPPER and read my book, The State of Drag, where I interviewed 175 drag queens from around the world. All proceeds go to charity on Amazon.com.
Ooh, I love that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Drag the Martyr. And if you have any thoughts, comments, dick pics, send them to dragthemartyr@gmail.com.
Listen, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Pandora.
And catch up with past episodes on WERRRK.com. That's WERRRK.com. Artwork for Wigging Out was provided by Glitter Baby Online. That's Glitter Baby Online. Thank you.